Welcome to Middle Math Academy, Inequalities Level number 2. This is part of our differentiated series where we have 5 levels of challenge for every topic. Let's get started. Our learning target today is I can identify and write inequalities using the symbols greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to, with both positive and negative numbers. So in level number 1, we just focused on positive numbers. Now we're going to add in negative numbers. Before we get started, rate yourself on this learning target 1 through 5. 1 is the least confident, 5 is the most confident. At the end of today's lesson, we'll come back to this learning target and you'll rate yourself again after you've gotten some more practice. Let's get started with our notes. Our first note is that an inequality is a statement that compares two expressions using inequality symbols, including negative numbers. So our first symbol means greater than. This next symbol means less than. Sometimes it helps students to remember that this is less than because it kind of looks like a capital L. Our next symbol is greater than or equal to. And then we have less than or equal to. Now, one more little tip when writing inequalities. You can think about our inequality symbols as an alligator mouth, and the alligator always wants to bite the bigger number. So if we have 10, this means 10 is greater than 1. The alligator is biting the 10. It wants the bigger number. Now we could write that over here as well. 1 is less than 10. The alligator is still biting the 10. So feel free to draw on those teeth if it helps you. Let's continue with our notes. Negative numbers are less than positive numbers. The more negative a number is, the less it is. Sometimes it helps if you think about it like owing money. Would you rather owe someone $1 or would you rather owe someone $10? Well, if you owe someone $10, negative 10, that's less than negative 1. All right, let's look at the examples at the bottom of our notes. Our first example means negative 5 is greater than negative 8. You can see the alligator is biting the negative 5. Remember, the more negative it is, the less it is. And the next inequality is negative 3 is less than or equal to 0. The beauty about these videos is you can pause if you need more time, so make sure you do that if you need to. And let's practice with a few more examples. Example A, it says write an inequality to represent examples A through D. So in our first example, we have negative 7 and negative 10, and it says negative 7 is greater than negative 10. Okay, so if negative 7 is greater, we'll put in our greater than symbol. Try example B on your own, then come back to the video to check your work. For example B, we should have negative 4 is greater than or equal to negative 12. Remember, the more negative it is, the less it is. In example C, now we have a scenario. So the scenario will always give us a variable to use. So in example C, it says the depth is greater than negative 20 meters, the depth D. So let's go ahead and write D. And then we have is greater than negative 20. Go ahead and complete example D on your own, then come back to the video. For example D, we should have T is less than 30 minutes. All right, now let's look at examples E through H. It says write each inequality in words, and then it gives us an example how to do that. So I'll just do 1 or 2 with you, and then I'll have you do the last couple on your own. So I'll do F and G with you. I'm going to zoom in on F. Example F, the way we'll write this in words is we'll still just write our number, negative 5, and then we'll write the inequality symbol in words, is greater than negative 8. Make sure you have this down. For example G, we're going to just write the number negative 4, and then in words, we'll write is less than or equal to 1. Pause the video, make sure you have this down. Complete problems E and H on your own. Once you finish both problems, check in with your teacher to get additional feedback. On page 2, pause the video and complete problems A and C. Once you're done those 2 problems, come back to the video to check your work. Check your work for page 2, problem A. Check your work for page 2, problem C. Complete the rest of page 2 on your own, then check in with your teacher to get additional feedback. Pause the video and complete problems A and C on your own. Once you finish these 2 problems, come back to the video to check your work. Check your work for page 3, problem A. Check your work for page 3, problem C. Complete the rest of page 3, then check in with your teacher to get additional feedback. On page 4, complete problems A, C, and E. Once you finish all 3 problems, come back to the video to check your work. Check your work for page 4, problem A. Check your work for page 4, problem C. Check your work for page 4, problem E. Complete the rest of page 4 on your own, then check in with your teacher to get additional feedback. Complete page 5, problem A, then come back to the video to check your work. Check your work for page 5, problem A. Complete the rest of page 5 on your own, then check in with your teacher to get additional feedback. Pause the video, complete all of page 6. Once you finish the entire page, come back to the video and we'll check 1 or 2 problems. Check your work for error analysis number 1. Check your work for error analysis number 2. Now that you've completed all of page 6, you're going to go back to page 1. And as promised, now that we've gotten some more practice, you're going to rate yourself after the lesson 1 through 5 for our learning targets. 1 is the least confident, 5 is the most confident. Once you've rated yourself on page 1 and everything's complete on page 6, check in with your teacher to get additional feedback. Thank you for joining us today at Middle Math Academy, where we practiced Inequalities Level number 2. This is part of our differentiated series where we have 5 levels of challenge for every topic. If you're looking for any additional practice, make sure to check out level number 1, level 3, level 4, or level 5. Thank you for joining us and have a wonderful day.